Philippians 3:19 talks about the people whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. Who mind earthly things takes in everything you can imagine. You know, we're not satisfied with our little television. We have to have a 40-inch television or one that takes up the whole wall. We never stop to ask what happens to the one we have. We throw it away. It reaches down to places like Africa as toxic waste. You know, then there's the matter of wealth in all its forms. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody's playing the lottery. They're not aware that money quickly gained is a curse. Matthew 6:24, no man can serve two masters, for he either will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. And few people who have money, even a bit of money, I'm not even talking of the super rich, they don't deal with it properly. Everyone who has money tends to try to use it to control others. That's wrong. They're serving the money, they're not serving the people. You know, in addition, there's a whole range of lusts which we cannot satisfy. But it becomes a god. Pride and ego can replace any thought of the eternal God. We become God ourselves. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions are focused, totally focused on pleasing ourselves and appearing to be great and wonderful to the people around us. We want self-elevation. The Bible tells us to be humble. The eternal God tells us, humble yourself. Seek me, humble yourself. We say, no, we will elevate ourselves, and when we have reached the height, we will then worry about seeking you. That's idolatry. You know, today we exalt people. As I say, we're just escalating this now. We exalt people. We exalt the Pope, televangelists, leaders of churches, heads of government, past and present, movie stars, athletes. We make them into idols. But some of this is very, very sad, because some of these movie stars, singers, actresses are actually mind-controlled. Therefore, they are not in control of what they are doing. Talk about Operation Monarch. And these singers, there's so much available on it. You know how the Tavistock Institute teaches, trains you to be a sleeper, to do what they say. Well, the minute you start controlling somebody's mind so that you can tell them what to sing, how to achieve money, and all this kind of a thing, as long as they do what you say, you believe you're God. And not the eternal God, because he just doesn't do that. When I say you believe you are God, you actually are being the God of this world. You're operating on his wavelength. So we need to be sympathetic to these people in these industries that are controlled. Some of them have been controlled from the moment they're born. So we shouldn't really judge these people. We have no clue. No clue whatsoever about them. You think, I'd never do that? Well, you probably would if you were mind-controlled. You know, some of these people that have been made into idols have been long dead. I have friends who come here and they keep speaking about, they can't have a conversation without talking about the same people who have been long dead, making them into some wonderful, great being, when in fact these people were normal people, some of them actually wicked. But no one accepts this. because their little idol, their little baby must not be touched. I've seen this in my business life. People will make some little thing up and it's their baby. Don't tell them it's wrong. They won't have it. But when people have long been dead, it's better to let the dead bury the dead and deal with the living. Deal with life. Deal with Christ, you see. In Luke 9:60, Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. But go thou and preach the kingdom of God. How many people are preaching the kingdom of God? You have to search very, very hard to find somebody preaching the kingdom of God. You have people, televangelists, who have set themselves up as idols themselves. And they promote stealing, they promote killing, they do. You can see it for yourself. Just search the internet and you'll see it. I've got videos of these people telling us we should bomb this and kill the other before they do it to us. John 14:6, Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. That is the example we need to follow. Many people are so deceived and confused that they make these famous personalities into idols with split personalities. They then determine that an idol has two lives. This footballer has two lives. He's a great footballer, that's his public life. He's married to X, and he has all these other women on the side, that's his private life. We, as outsiders, should not concern ourselves with his private life. We should just concern ourselves with his public life on the football field, or in government, or whatever it is. So as long as they do their public job well, they can be as perverted as possible in their private life. Well, is this person one person or two people? Does the eternal God see this idol as one or two people? Of course, this person is a single person and will be judged as such. We cannot separate the private life from the public life. There's only one person in front of you. If you are disgraceful and an abomination in your private life, I have to tell you, the same applies to your public life. Or if the reverse is also true. And we have people with these who openly profess their perversions in the government, in the churches, in top positions. I'm not talking about the people that don't matter down at the bottom. I'm talking about at the very, very top. This is truly absurd and wrong. But this is how we come to be ruled by the basest of men. Daniel 4:17 says that the living, I break into the verse, that the living may know that the Most High, this is the eternal God, ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. So God determines who rules the countries. Oh, it's not Obama and Bush and Blair and Brown and Cameron and the Illuminati and all these people. The eternal God determines. And because of our rebellion against him, it then says, and setteth up over it the basest of men.